What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Like always, I am your favorite Liberian boy, Fizzle. In today's video, I'm going to be interviewing a Liberian who just came back from the States or the diaspora. You understand? I always like to meet people who, lived here before, travel out, and now visiting the country, because I always like to hear their experience as to, whether the country is improving infrastructure-wise, health-wise, transportation-wise, everything, if we're improving in a whole. You understand? So his name is Russell. He's taking a quick shower. After that, he'll be out, and then we can start asking him some question. I'm somewhere in Cinco. Yeah, Russell's living nice. The man got the view of the ocean. That's how you know you're in Liberia. Show them the ocean. That's how you know you're in Liberia. When you see the ocean and the palm trees, you know that you are back in Liberia. So we're just gonna wait a bit for Russell, and then we jump straight into the interview. Let's go.
Anytime somebody start your video or like a short reel clip,
yeah,
that should just be like Fizzle, yeah, Fizzle, like,
Liberia boy, hey.
You can cut that. That was a tagline right there.
All right, man, guys. So like I promised, Russell, the love muscle. I'm sorry, man. I had a friend called Russell, and that's how I used to call him. So now I just turn over to you now.
I don't mind the nicknames,
So please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, why you are here in Liberia, and your goals as to why you are here.
Great question. I'm Russ. My full name is Antony Russell Jr. Thanks to my dad for giving me an American Liberian name.
Dang it.
Named right after him, but I lived in Liberia until 2013, 14. I moved to the States. Been living in Philadelphia, PA. Ever since then, I've just been trying to find my way back home to give people, our culture, our society, a platform to translate a new form of a message, or I would say a new world order.
Yeah.
A new country order. I feel like Liberia is on the verge of, changing, and we are the ones that have to either change for the worse or change for better. So we're trying to do the little that we can, and that's the reason that I'm home. But apart from that, I have a Green Coast podcast with my boy back there, Chaos, and literally we're just trying to put Liberian creators on the map. I was on our map, and then first we can go on other countries' map. But the goal is to just give our people a platform for them to tell their stories. A lot of people have hidden stories or hidden things about them, talents that we don't know about. So it's a must that other people in Liberia see that.
Okay. Next question is, do you see yourself living in Liberia long term?
Definitely, man.
Future?
Yeah. The first time I got here, it was fun. The first day,
Okay.
It was fun.
Did you arrive in the day or the evening?
Yeah, daytime.
Oh, thank you. Well, we shouldn't.
Nah, surprisingly, I haven't been to any clubs.
Really?
No, I don't. Maybe one of those days, before I leave, I'll go to D Calabash or maybe Senate Club or bar.
Yeah.
But definitely it's something that works to live through Liberia.
Yeah.
For a long period of time, and to actually to retire in Liberia. That's why we come here. This is my first time, and I'm already hustling and connecting with people. Yeah.
Another thing I want to say is, you see, for our generation, right? Mm-hmm. We are so different from our parent generation, because I remember when my mom used to go to the States and come back, she always say that, I don't know why people don't like coming back to Liberia. It's like Liberia only take dead body. Like when people get old in the States, that's when they come back. How true is that statement though?
I think it's true to a lot of points, and the reason being is that the previous generation, we had wars, so everyone was really coming home to develop away. They're probably coming home to see families and reconnect. Yeah. Whereas us, we have the opportunities to come home and build onto something with at least not war or
there's
and now you have promising people in certain form of leaderships, and the culture is exposing and getting a lot of recognition on places like TikTok. So we hope that we bring new bodies to kind of and formulate new ideas so that we can develop with each other.
The next thing I want to ask you is, what are your thoughts on foreign investors? Because before you go there, I know you want don't go political, please.
I won't go political.
So, in other countries, foreigners can buy property, land, and stuff like that. And that helps the country infrastructure, because most of the time, the owners of the land in Liberia don't have the finance to develop the land. What are your thoughts on that, foreign investors?
I think with foreign investment, we have to be very strategic. And I would say not all development is good development.
True.
You know, sometimes a development might exploit us in ways that we don't even know about. So we have to understand what it is that these people are developing.
Yeah.
And we have to be involved in these development. You can say we're building something and then no, we can build roads and no Liberian person involved in that road building.
Yeah.
So every time we want to build, we'll have to go and call
Foreigners. to come and do it. Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
need to invest in our people,
Yeah.
in our infrastructure, like in our mindset first, so that we don't have to call every time. We don't have to reach out to other countries every time. But it will be a blessing for other countries to see Liberia as a nation to truly develop,
Okay.
you know, with the mindset of our people. So I'm for it, but it just have to be done the right way.
Would you say that skill training too is something that we as a country need to invest in?
Definitely. But education goes with skill training. I don't.
It's another form of
Yes,
education.
I don't do the right now. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go and learn ABC.
Yeah.
But what ABC will do for us if people that are coming from other countries then they're learning, it's all the way to say.
Yeah.
You know, they're learning about how to extract, how
Yes.
to build houses, build bridges, right?
Road construction,
So
all of that.
that's the kind of education we need. We need to learn about our identity. We need to learn about what it is that we have underneath here. So people then can't kind of say we're digging for gold, they go dig for
And
diamond.
they dig for different.
Yes, and we don't know.
Yeah.
So like, so that's the kind of education that we need, and you know, we also need a formal general education to which I'm all for. But when we start looking at trade schools and universities, we have to move away from the politics more.
Yeah.
Everybody don't be in government. Everybody don't set public administration.
That's what I realized when I came back 2018.
Yeah.
I realized that all the young folks that are in college right now, their only mindset is that the only way I can get rich is if I get into politics. So what happened to the private sector? I don't
It
understand.
goes there. It goes there because the private and the public sector depend on each other.
Yeah.
And that's why you have people heavily focused and saturated in the public.
So this other question might come as a joke, but what was your biggest adjustment now that you're back in Liberia? By the way, how long have you been here?
I came Saturday, so
Dang.
I'm
You're fresh.
already driving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Today Friday.
Okay, so probably 4 days now.
Yeah, full 5 days. Yeah, so I'm already driving, my man. I think
so
my
you
biggest
adjust quick.
adjustment was just the running around, the traffic. I mean, traffic is in like America. Don't let nobody try to make it seem like
There's some traffic there, yeah.
Traffic there, especially when accidents happen. Traffic there.
Yeah.
People don't even drive slow in America too.
Yeah.
So yeah, people don't even drive reckless in America. So people don't wanna be saying, "Oh, traffic." No. But I think it's just the driving situation for me is a little different. But I'm a fast person that learns fast and quick. And
I got a lot of friends that want to come there. Like, bro,
they're scared to drive.
get to the car. Shout out BMO.
Be-more, don't be scared.
be
Be-more. I mean, you be driving all the way. You can't be scared of driving around.
They're scared of driving, man.
Okay, you gotta drive. I don't learn. Even if my mom said my mom had a car, my aunt did a couple of times. I'm like, no, okay, yeah.
So another thing I want to ask you is how do you compare? I mean, it's totally different, but how do you compare the lifestyle living in the States and Liberia? Is it cheaper to live here? Is it more expensive to live in the States?
I didn't come here with $10,000, so I would be a slug, buy anything I want to buy. But I would say here is a little cheaper if you're not factoring in other things. But in America, you have to do a lot of things with taxes. Everything, everywhere you go, you're paying taxes, you're paying fees on things.
Yeah.
But America's like the transaction over there is just smoother, right? Here I have to figure out how to transfer money, get cash, all that stuff.
That was another question I was going to ask you.
But fees additional to that. So additional fees to that. But I would say here is cheaper. The food, we went to Kokon Lodge.
Oh, nice.
$5 per person.
That's my favorite lodge, by the way.
My boy, that's money job. Yeah, food. Yeah.
So what would you say is the best way to transfer money for somebody who's visiting Liberia?
This is my first time though, so I did it I have my SIM wave on standby.
Okay.
Because I haven't registered my SIM yet.
Okay.
So I have my SIM wave on standby, and everywhere I go, whether I'm my boy back there, I can just send the money to him on SIM wave name, Monrovia to somebody.
Yeah.
Or I can just send with that person the money.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. But I would say having cash in your hand, it might go faster.
Exactly.
So You have to think about that.
And then there's a limit to how much cash you can have on you when you're traveling. I don't really know how much it is.
I think it might be like 5 to 10 racks, maybe 10,000 now. But I ain't bring that kind of,
Yeah.
Don't
Rob the bed.
I can't even know. It will surprise you.
Yeah. So now that you're here in Liberia, have you seen any major changes since you were here?
Man, it's a lot.
Really?
My second day, I drove all the way
On highway?
Yeah. My second day, I drove. I went to my old yard I used to live in before I left. And brother, I couldn't even make out anything.
Wow.
The road that we used to go through, everything closed off. It literally, everything is closed off. Like, everyone's building out there.
Okay.
And I've seen a lot of other great developments, around as well. And I'm proud that, maybe it's probably our people building.
Yeah.
Or, other foreign investors, building. Like, things have changed.
Yeah.
A lot have changed, and I have to relearn where places are located, where they're. The only thing I know that other way when you're going this way, you're going in town.
Yeah.
You're going up, you're going down, you're going to way in between that. That's all I know. So, but I'm proud of the investments, and hopefully, in the near future, I'd love to be a part of that too. Yeah, definitely start to be.
Alright, man, so the next question I want to ask you is, what do you appreciate more about Liberia ever since you returned?
Man, just the people, the love that people are showing right now is crazy because, we go to the States, we're in the States, we hear a lot of stories about, the people over there, which I understand, but I surround myself with people that love me. Yeah, I'm going somewhere where somebody, I'll be questioning someone's quality or somebody, love like that, but man, the love is well shown. I can see it.
Okay. But what about family and friends?
How do they feel? There's some people that I haven't met yet, and I will not, see them because of the time frame. Yeah. And I'll make them to understand. That's something that I gotta understand.
So what are your plans now that you are here in Liberia?
I think my plan is the platform, this podcast.
Okay.
And
so you've been treating a lot of content?
Yeah.
What is it actually about?
All right, so we're trying to give Liberian creatives that platform. Yeah. Where they can come, tell their story, tell what it is that they do, their journey, right? Yeah. And just some fun things about them. I'm not gonna spoil it, but we shot someone at Cocoon Lodge. Yeah. And it was an amazing experience. Nice. We had food, we vibe, and luckily for us, we're the only people on that stuff. So when we went there, we had an entire full vibe to ourselves, and we were able to curate that and just make it look like it's just a day in a life of somebody that we just caught up with. We don't want that go sit down, we talking for 4 or 5 hours in the studio. Yeah. No, we want to catch you while you're doing some of your favorite activities. Whether that about you go to soccer, you influencing, you got your brand,
or you're a musician or something.
You musician go to the studio, right?
Nice.
And that's just one side of the Brinkos podcast. And the other side is more so like the mindset, the generation, politics, economic, social lifestyle, things that we need to change. Pushing that positivity, having one-on-one conversation, or just speaking into the camera or going on live and saying, hey guys, this is something that we got to talk about. Yeah. I know that most people might be like, they don't care about who that boy is, why you gotta say it. I don't really, it doesn't move me like that. But my voice is gonna push you to at least do something or make something or change the mindset. It's about conversation. The reason I am today the way I am, I have conversations with myself and I have conversations with other people. Yeah. And I'm influenced by that. So me being an hard-headed person, if I can be influenced by another person,
it's good. I mean, my mother used to say that a problem is half solved when it's spoken about. So, that's that. Anyway, the next question I want to ask you is, now that you are here, what do you think is better? An Airbnb or just renting an apartment where you can just come to every time of the year?
I would say I haven't really experienced Airbnb here yet. Okay. But, I'm in a guest house right now. Okay. But I would say definitely a guest house. Airbnb, you have to do everything yourself. But a guest house, you might send somebody and say, go grab me this quick while you're doing something else, right? These people are they're here to help you out. Yeah. And I don't mind giving, somebody a little Right.
Small
I mean, that's cool. I'm interacting with people.
Yeah.
But Airbnb, I say that there, who helping me?
Nobody.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just love the interaction of people.
Yeah.
You know, one night I was at the pool and I had a full-blown 30-minute conversation with one of the workers.
One of the staff,
Yeah, and they was talking about how you used to do logging.
Yeah.
Right, and I almost, shed tears. I'm like, man, like, I'm so grateful for this interaction, because I would have never gotten to talk to him, to learn about what it is that he does. It felt like I knew him for a while. He was one of my, family, relatives, or friends.
Yeah. That's another thing like Liberians have. It's like a special skill. You meet a Liberian today, it feels like you know him for 100 or something.
100 years, yeah.
Now, let me open your mouth, he starts telling you a story.
Yeah,
You're like, damn, this guy.
Yeah, we have that storytelling skills, and we talk a lot.
Yes.
We talk a lot. Everybody want to talk. So, yeah.
That was why when I was starting this channel, I'm like, it's already in my DNA.
It's trouble. My boy, I'm small talking how to tell him to calm down and interview question and way small.
Oh, the man?
Yeah, we over there was shooting with our boy, and we sat in one space for 10 minutes.
God damn it.
They're talking. I said, man, damn, bro, man. That's true.
All right, so sorry guys, I have to be looking at the questions.
Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah, I won't leave anything up. So what advice would you give to other Liberians living abroad who are thinking about coming back to Liberia?
It's my first time coming here, but I lived here before. But my advice, I'm not going to sound like some expert. Come home, experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, it will happen.
Yeah, everywhere got a bad side.
Everywhere got a bad side. If the only thing about it bad, then what will happen? But I would say, come home, experience it, start thinking about where to invest, start thinking about how to connect with people, whatever it is that you do, business you want to put down. Look for people. Don't be talking about, family, we understand. But if you want to do something, you got to go and do it.
Sometimes family even hold you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes family hold you back.
They do.
Yeah.
But I would say, go and look for somebody that won't hold you back.
Yeah.
At least so you can change your mindset
Yeah.
and be in that space. For me, it's all about the space. I'm not in a space where I can flourish.
Yeah.
I would say that girl is home to me, and it's home to a lot of other people. And I'm not the first person to come here and be lively and and see people. But I would say come home, just come and experience it, and you can decide for yourself.
So you heard what you said. Come home, experience it. Even if just a 2-month trip or 1-month trip, said.
Even at 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. Come
at
home.
1 day, sir.
Experience the food, the culture.
Yes.
Look for something to invest in. A lot of people then can ask me I don't know what to invest in Liberia.
Come,
you understand?
will see.
Just come. Although I see a lot of real estate projects, happening, which of course you can lose the real estate, but you have to come for yourself and know what works. You understand? If you want a fast turnover, real estate is not the way to go.
Place. Even in Liberia,
Yeah.
If you want a fast turnover, Liberia is not the place. Liberia is a long-term investment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple of people I'll call my big bros.
Yeah.
That want to be my big bros. There's somebody that I look up
Like
to.
a mentor.
Right. And it might be indirect mentorship or direct mentorship.
Yeah.
But what I've sat and I've talked about with these guys, I've learned that you will take more losses in the first couple of years than, and that's something that I have to mentally prepare myself for, right? I'm not jumping into something and saying, I'm going to be a millionaire and I grew about tomorrow. No, it's not going to happen. And I feel like that's what most people need to understand, right? When they're investing, they want that in reading. That's why I said with development, it has to be someone that understand okay, I can lose more than I can win, but when I'm winning, I win with everybody.
Yeah, and I like what you said, you win with everybody. Most of the time you can't do this on your own. So, have people you can work with, trustworthy people. Yeah.
We have a lot of trustworthy people in our country. Yeah. And other people that make it bad, I would say just push them to the side. Yeah.
As long as somebody start giving you some type of...
You got to analyze and
let them go.
Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them go. Don't wait for when they actually do the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, man, so the next question I want to ask you is, what do you think about young Liberians that have the mindset that they can only make it when they leave Liberia?
With me, I don't like to be very definite on things, right? If that's how someone feels, then let it be for them. I can't come and sit down here and tell somebody my personal opinion and make it like a item or something like a Bible.
Yeah.
But I will say that our people need to start to look for ways in which they can get connected with each other, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been here and I've only been surrounding myself with people that got stuff going on, men like you.
Yeah.
That's trying to put their country on a whole different pedestal.
Yeah.
And when I discover your channel, I'm like, how is it that somebody was living in South Africa?
Yeah.
Then they come to like, they sit on move to Liberia.
Yeah.
To start content creation. Like, that means that you saw something here. There must be something that you saw here, and you felt like, man, there's nothing like it anywhere else, and you know, I have to come back and create this like life here. But I would say that other people, what they might be looking for might not be in Liberia right now, but they can at least try to create that, right? And you know, just make stuff work. So I'm not against it. So you know, you want to go to Ghana and go play football?
Yeah,
go play football. You know, if that's what it is that's on your mind.
So basically, what you're saying is you're not trying to say that you cannot only make it if you leave Liberia, or whosoever that has that mindset is not wrong, but you've seen people who made it here.
Yeah, I've seen people who made it and are making it right now. And even people that are making it here, I've seen them go to America and fail. So it's about the individual, the person. It's about how determined you are. When I left Liberia, I wasn't, you know, I was a kid, you know, but people knew that I was a smart kid and I had something in the future, right? And now I came back, everyone's looking at me like, wow, like, you know, Tony Russell, like, man, I'm really proud of you for whatever it is that you're doing. And, you know, but I would say it's about the person. If you're determined and you move away like you go to another place, you'll still be, you know, that determination has to come with you. You don't go there and go half-assed and do things and you expect instant reward. You know, I know a couple of my people that are left here, and it's like just the mentality that they take from Liberia. They want to do this, they want to do that, but then they go to America or other places, so like they start getting reluctant. They're not pushing through with their dreams, or they just start hanging around with, you know, the background people that are not serious. So I would say there's a lot of unserious people everywhere. You just have to find the group that you know excel and succeed with, and you will have, you know, prosperous results.
All right. So the last question I want to ask you is, what sector do you think we need to invest in as Liberians in order for us to develop?
That's a hard question and a very interesting one. You know, other people might have different opinions on it, but I will say for me, I feel like the sector would be like right now, social media is hot. Right, so if we can invest in platforms that can give our people, because most of our people are already they're not going to want to sit in class to learn things. There are different ways to learn, right? So we have to start to think about what ways can we teach our people? What ways can we show our people different? Right? That matters most. We have to start to show our people something different. Positivity. Because if negative stuff, man, take over our mindset, that we will share it within an instant and give our viewpoints on things and that we don't need to give viewpoints on. And now we are looking at each other like, why have positivity in that? No, because we pay more attention to the negative side. So I would say it's just a mindset, like when you invest in a mindset, put it on social media platforms, whether if the government side can come up with a TV program to have young Liberian influencers that come on to tell their stories or do anything that can show the culture different. It's gonna mean a lot more to anybody than the education, the primary education and stuff like that, because most people are way too old for primary education. They don't want to sit in class.
And they feel embarrassed sitting.
They feel embarrassed.
Imagine you get beer, then you get someone that picking who's more than you, the IT question, he answering more. You get me? It's crazy. When I
it's gonna discourage you.
Yeah, it will discourage you. So yeah, man, thank you for being on the channel.
I appreciate you like always, my brother.
Let's shout out your podcast again.
Grain Coast Podcast.
Guys, you have to follow them.
Yes.
Green, Grain.
Grain. So Grain Coast, meaning like where Liberia is located. We're located on that Grain Coast, right? And then the podcast is just, you know, podcast. But Grain Coast is a specific reason as to why that name was chosen. We have a very rich history with that name, and we would love for everybody to understand like it's Grain Coast, meaning that it's a coast, it's grain. We have people and stories to be told. We have things to talk about. We have mindsets to change. We have our people to be put on platforms. And we're here to actually run the media stage and to, you know, to let people know like we need to do different, and this is the different as we do.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's just the mindset.
Yep.
You understand? And that's the reason why I started doing videos, so that we could change the mindset of people here. People feel like Liberia, we got nothing. What do we have to show? So that's the reason why I take my cameras everywhere and tell them, hey, this place exists. This place exists, you know?
I can't wait for folks to watch my Bokun vlog, because I really want to, I'm not just going to pull out Liberia and put it, so I'm going to downplay other countries. I'm gonna trash other countries.
They'll
I'm
come for
yeah,
you,
they'll
bro.
come for me. They've seen money, the 2,000, 5,000. I'm not saying they have to spend up money.
Yeah.
But the same amount or more money you're taking to go to Mexico and other countries to experience, like the luxury or peace.
True.
You can find it right in this
Very
country.
Liberia.
It's rare, yeah. Not everything is in Monrovia.
Exactly.
Go to Buchanan, go to Marshall, go to any other Mark Gibby there, go to Nima.
That's why I'm doing a content tour very soon.
We got good stuff out here. Don't just gonna sit down in Monrovia and then you complain, say, oh, nothing not doing like bro.
Yeah.
Nothing not doing like bro, you gotta play for yeah.
Exactly so.
You can sit down and then people you like, yeah, but
You know the funny thing? When I did the Cocoa Lodge video, everybody was thinking about the prices and this one. But then they will go to Mexico, Jamaica and spend an arm and a leg. And then your own country, you come in, you're saying, oh, the accommodation is expensive.
we didn't get a place to stay over there.
Yeah.
But we went out there and I can guarantee you, we spent about less than $200.
And you guys were how many?
We're about how many people? Maybe 5.
5.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 5 people spend. If we have food,
Less than 200.
that out 180 was the price we spent.
Only in Liberia. Only in Liberia. You understand?
We out on boat. We are going through like
the golf cart.
Yeah, the golf. Yes. Man, I enjoyed that. I had so many videos and views, and we were at some spots where they have those like big buildings.
Yeah.
The unfinished army base or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then when we got on the boat, they call it the mouth of the ocean or something like that. Where the speed of the water is sense.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a very good experience.
everything.
Yeah, it's a very
Exactly.
good experience. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put his channel on the screen so that you guys can go there and subscribe. And then we'll put a link to his channel in the description below so you can click it. And if you're watching this on Facebook, we're gonna put it in the caption so you can go and
Everywhere.
see what he is talking about. You
Everywhere.
understand? Thank you very much for being on the
appreciate
channel.
it.
I appreciate it too.
Thank you, my brother.
I hope I have the time to come and enjoy Liberia with you.
I mean, want to some of that projects.
Oh, we'll be here.
Well, I appreciate you for being, coming out here and doing this interview.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you. All right, man. So like, subscribe, share if you can. Until next time, I'm Fizzle. This is Russell. Peace.
Peace out.